So just so people that maybe don't know or weren't paying attention back then, the summer of 2020, 39 photos capture America's summer of riots, arson, and looting. I'm going to go through them. Not all 39, but most of them. At the top, rioters confront police near a burning police cruiser during a demonstration against alleged police brutality, all in the name of George Floyd. Then down here, firefighters work to extinguish a burning police vehicle set on fire by rioters in New York City. BLM, Antifa, all of these. More vehicles set on fire to police vehicles, Chicago, May 30th. These were all 2020. Rioters crowd around a fire in Washington, D.C. on May 31st. Looters run in and out of a vandalized Best Buy store in Chicago. The amount of businesses. This was what BLM and Antifa did was cause the most man-made destruction in American history during that summer, with all the businesses they destroyed. All in the name of their rage and George Floyd dying, and he died of a fentanyl overdose. A fire burns in the street after demonstrators clashed with law enforcement officers near the Seattle Police Department's East Precinct on June 8th. Yes, remember, this was all part of defund the police. The police are the dangerous ones. Yeah, I think it's clearly obvious who's dangerous. And this is all supported by the Democrat Party. Vandals defaced the sign outside the boarded-up East Precinct of the Seattle Police Department. Arsons set fire to a Foot Locker shoe store in St. Paul, Minnesota on June 10th. Now, and again, this was all supported by the media because they said this is what a peaceful protest looks like. Or if you were Andrew Cuomo, the one that was on CNN, I forget him and his brother's names, I mix up. And he said, whoever said protests have to be peaceful? Yeah, find that clip. A passerby views a defaced American flag outside the Seattle Police Department. Love plus rage, BLM. Rioters set a Wendy's restaurant in Atlanta on fire June 17th, 5 days after Rayshard Brooks was fatally shot by police in its parking lot. Yeah, it seems to have been this ongoing pattern. I think when you want to destroy a country, what you want to do is you want to make police look like the enemy so you can defund them. And then it's easier to take over and terrorize people and take over their country because you've defunded the police. It's pretty easy to put together the agenda here. Rioters burn American flags during a Black Lives Matter protest at Columbus Circle in New York City, July 4th. Again, these are all 2020. Black Lives Matter marchers burn an American flag and confront supporters of the New York City Police Department outside the 68th Police Precinct in the Bay Ridge neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York, July 2012. A rioter throws flaming trash at the Mark O. Hatfield U.S. Courthouse in Portland, Oregon, after breaking through a newly reinforced perimeter fence. Does this look peaceful? I mean, BLM was very clear that that it was them and Antifa. But again, people want to say Republicans are dangerous. What a joke. Demonstrators wheeled a banner in front of the courthouse in Portland, Oregon. What does it say? Cannot be reformed. Meaning American cannot be reformed. It must be overthrown. Yeah, it's pretty clear what these people, what the Democrat and their party of rage and rioters want to do to America. Medics and a police officer help an injured rioter who fell and hit his head in front of the county sheriff's office during demonstrations in Portland, Oregon. The very people helping these people that are trying to burn and destroy their cities and defund their profession, which is about keeping law and order. A teddy bear wearing a gas mask stands in a makeshift guillotine constructed by rioters in Portland. What is BLM saying here, huh? What is Antifa saying? What is the Democrat Party saying here? Cars set on fire by rioters burn on a used car lot in Kenosha, Wisconsin in August, the day after the shooting of Jacob Blake by a police officer. They used every instance they could to justify burning cities down. And look at where we're at now. Rioters set a building on fire in Kenosha, Wisconsin. That's a peaceful protest, huh? Unbelievable. A store owner on August 25th assesses the damage to his office furniture business, which was torched by rioters. And the rioters were BLM and Antifa. They made sure to make it known that it was them. They weren't shy about it. After the fires burned down, that was in Kenosha, Wisconsin as well, the car dealership. Look at all of that destroyed. Does anybody have a right to do this to people? What kind of people do things like this? Criminals do. It has nothing to do with social justice. This has nothing to do with this being, again, this is the healthcare system with public health put out a statement all right before these riots took place saying the new public health crisis is systemic racism. Yeah, they all had to get on board and convince the public that it's okay to do this. And what it really was all about was just overthrowing America. First floor windows of a house are boarded up in Kenosha, Wisconsin after several nights of violent riots. Several nights. This went on all summer of 2020. Like so many people oblivious to it or thinking, yeah, I stand with Black Lives Matter. It's like, okay, so you stand with violence. The elderly live here. Just think, here in America, people had to put something like that outside their window, hoping that their homes or their businesses wouldn't be torched down. And it didn't matter to Black Lives Matter. They didn't care who they hurt. They hurt black business owners. They hurt white business owners. Because when it comes to criminals like this, they're all about destruction. They're not about freedom. They're not about peace. They're not about love. They're about hate. And finally, President Donald Trump on September 1st gets a firsthand look at the destruction caused by rioting in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Yeah, and as he said recently, he had to send, the National Guard into one city. Was it Minneapolis? I can't remember. Even overriding the governor, because the governors in these Democratic cities or states, they wanted to let this go on because they supported it. Yeah, well, they said they didn't support violence. They knew these people were burning down their cities. They knew these people were being bailed out and were not held accountable for all this destruction. So when the Republicans, who liberals want to say they're afraid of, want to say that we're the dangerous ones. No, you spent all of 2020 showing how dangerous you will be. And now, because conservatives are speaking up and standing up and saying, no, we've had enough. Nobody wants to live under this kind of dystopian system. You want to call us the dangerous ones. You want to say speaking up is somehow hate speech. No. We are the rational ones who are saying enough is enough. We want law and order back.